This is Joshua Farnsworth. Welcome to my traditional woodworking school. In the last video, Will Myers showed how to wood turn a simple shaker knob. In this video, Will shows how to attach that knob to a cabinet door of his reproduction shaker wall clock.
Last night after I turned the walnut knobs, I kind of changed my mind and turned another set out of apple. And just the reason the walnut ones were so dark, and I thought, you know, it might be a little too much. And apple wood is a traditional knob wood. Shakers used it a lot. A lot of other makers other than Shakers used it. If you have access to any of it, it doesn't take much for knobs, you know, just little scraps will work. But it's a really hard, dense wood, like most any fruit wood. And a place you probably already have some apple handles on old back saws, hand saws. If they're not beech, they're probably apple. So, and that's what this is. It kind of turns a little bit reddish brown as it ages. So. Pretty neat little wood to work with. But anyway, I left one here to finish up, and this is one just like it come off the lathe. I cut it off the spindle we turned, and you see I've got just a little bit of you know, right here where I sawed it loose left on the end. So I kind of got a little trick for finishing these up if you don't have a chuck for your lathe, and I don't. So just take a piece of sandpaper, and right here the knob where we sawed it, I'm going to kind of take most of that off. And you see I'm kind of moving it around, I'm turning it, I don't want to make a flat spot.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying watching our video so far, and I just want to take a few seconds to let you know about our traditional woodworking store, which you can visit while taking a class or by visiting our website at woodandshop.com/store. You'll find our amazing products to help you grow in traditional hand tool woodworking, including in-person and video woodworking classes, woodworking hand tools and workbenches, woodworking plans, traditional wood finishes, shirts and hats, and cool hand tool woodworking gifts for you or your loved ones. Okay, back to the show.
Just kind of go in a circle and keep tilting until most of that little sawn part is gone. So you can kind of see what I've got there. So now I've got a little, that's gone. Kind of a little hack here. Chuck it up in your cordless drill. Now if you have a chuck for your lathe, you're not going to need to do this. And you could chuck it up in a drill press as well if you've got one of those. But just with it in the drill here, we're just going to do this right here, and we can finish up the top just using sandpaper. And then I'm going, that was 220 I started with, and then I'll go to 320 here. And you can kind of see that one needs just a little bit more, but makes a nice little smooth top, and something you probably already got. So that's all you need to finish the knobs up. So to mount these, I just turned a little straight shank on these. Shakers use tapered pegs a lot, or tapered knobs with a tapered shaft. I'm gonna get it right. So these are just straight, and I think that's how the originals are, because they don't, the whole pilot hole for them that they mount in does not go all the way through. So really to tapered it, it would have had to been bored through and then tapered. So I think they're just like this. But, and another little thing on the knobs, their profile, I'm not real sure. Between the three clocks I've been able to look at, I don't think there's any two knobs alike on the three, so some of them are replacements. One of them has a walnut knob and the rest seem to be some kind of fruit wood. It's probably apple. So, you know, as perfectionist as Isaac Young's was, I would think he would have had pretty well matching knobs. So what I think over time is they've either gotten broken or fell out and been replaced. So it's just my theory, but I don't know. So it's, you know, they're all kind of different, a little bit different. So to mount these, not much to it. I've got the upper door here, and now you want to be sure, and I've done this, it's embarrassing, the knob does not go on the hinge side, it needs to go on the opposite side. So all I'm going to do is measure and find center up and down. This door is 10 1/8. So I'm just going to kind of center it on 10 right there. And make a, you may not be able to see these. Yeah, it's going to mark on there. And so I'm centered up and down. And then I want to center between my little molding line and the start of the round, not on the overall width of the stile there. So go about right there, I think. On the originals, they're centered on the flat, not the, well, I had it all, there it is. So make me a little pilot hole. Okay, to bore this, I'm just using a 1/4 inch auger, and I'm going to go until the lead screw just starts through the other side. I'll kind of stop and check every little bit here. Try to keep it as straight as you can. Okay, I almost went too far on that one, so that's okay. But I usually go to the lead screw just pokes through. That way when you put a little glue on there and you push it in, you don't have a compression situation where it could pop it back out. So what do I do with my two that I was going out there? They are. So I've turned, of course, got a slightly larger one for the upper. And so that's all there is to it. Now we've got our nice, I need to rasp that hole just a little bit because I'm leaning just a little. But you get the idea there. So that's all there is to mounting the, to installing the knobs. So I'm going to get the other door out and do it real quick, and then I'll remount the doors on the case, and we'll do the catches real fast.
If you're interested in learning traditional woodworking, come take a class at our school in Earlysville, Virginia. You can also visit our website at woodandshop.com, where you'll find a bunch of free woodworking lessons, workshop tours, and our very popular tool buying guides. And make sure you subscribe to our free newsletter to get our latest articles and videos. Enjoy!